Hi, I'm Matt, I'm the owner of Blue Duck Campers. Today I'm going to do your virtual handover with you, so you know everything about Huey and how he works, so when you go on your adventure you can have a wonderful time. At Blue Duck Campers we have a full to full policy for fuel, so we supply Huey full of diesel and we ask you to bring him back full as well. Makes life a lot easier for everybody for the next hire. To fill it up with diesel, all you do is open the passenger door of the cab, then open the little fuel flap and you'll get a warning.
Stop! Diesel! Remember, diesel!
That may sound a little bit silly, but it's better than putting petrol in and getting the AA to recover you on your holiday.
Stop! Diesel! Remember, diesel!
When you finish, just close the flap and that little tab there locks it shut when the door's shut on the van. Easy as that. Now Huey is powered by either gas or electricity, either from the 12 volt panels on the roof or 240 volt for the mains. But we're doing with the gas now. Your gas bottles are in this cupboard, which is just by the door to the main living area. So you open the cupboard door and you'll see there are 2 bottles inside. One will always be part used or full, which is always plugged in, and the other one will be full as a spare. Now, on top of here is a brass valve, just to make sure that is turned to open and all your gas things in the van will work. If you need to change the bottle at all, no problem. All you have to do is undo this valve. So you just turn it round, pop it off and swap to the new bottle. And put it back on there just for the time being. Remember, it's a reverse thread, so you have to undo it the opposite way. It feels weird, but you'll get used to it if you need to. If you do need to swap a bottle, we just ask that you replace it with the same size bottle as part of our fair use policy. But that should be that. When you finish with your bottles, just always make sure your door is closed, push the toe, and then the handle locked down for safety purposes. Okay, so you've arrived at site, you want to get yourself plugged into the electric, nice and easy. Just on the side where the door is to the camper, you'll see this little hatch just near the wheel arch with the electricity symbol on. That's where you plug your vehicle in. What you do is you get the cable from the back of the vehicle. That's got a little flap on there. And we plug this into here. So you open the flap, you see you've got a blue connector. Literally slide that in till it goes click. And that's you plugged into the mains. Now to take this plug out, so you need to take this out every time you travel. Obviously you can't set it off to the shops with this still plugged in. On the left here is a little lever. It's hard to see in the video, but if you press that down and pull the plug, out it comes, shut the trap down and you're good to go. To access all the lockers on the van, you need to use the same key. So this is the key here, that comes with the key ring you're given at the start, and that will unlock all of these oval handles. Now to unlock them, they're a little bit unusual. So you put the key in and turn it halfway and you'll see the lock pop out. Okay, now it's good practice to lock the barrel again. So that now can be turned halfway, and then you just pull and the door opens. And to close it down again, push it to, turn it, you'll feel it pull the door in slightly and then press to lock. At the rear of the vehicle on both sides you have access to a large garage door. I'll just show you around the back of these. There's your garage door on that side as well. That leads underneath the rear bunk and goes all the way across the van. What we're going to do is we'll show you now what's inside. It's a handy place to store all your bits and pieces. So handles are as before. We'll give those a quick twist. Pull the door open. As it swings open, you'll see there's a little catch. It's important you use this. If the wind gets hold of your door, it doesn't then give you a whack on the back. Inside your garage are all the bits and pieces you'll need to set up. So we've got wheel levelling clamps, your water hoses, electricity cables, a few little bits and bobs and a handy carry case in there for you to use. There's the other bed, you can see straight into the vehicle. So that will help you store all your bits and pieces away securely while you travel. You can put all the kids' toys in there, or your other bits and pieces, camping chairs, etc. And it locks it away nice and secure. And if you want to, you can get rid of the bottom bed and fold it out of the way. We're going to do that shortly. I'll show you in another video. That bed will fold up and give you access to a huge garage where you can store bikes in there to keep them even more secure. Here we are, what my wife refers to as a blue job. It's the toilet, how to empty the toilet. Now behind this little flap, there's a cassette, and that houses all your toilet waste. To access that, there's another key, same key as before. So we just pop that into the locker here, undo that lock by turning it halfway or quarter way, press both in, and that flap will come down. Now inside there you can see there's a grey box. Now that's where all the sort of mucky stuff goes. I'm going to take that out for you now. Just take this out for the time being. Inside there are your toilet chemicals. We supply those every hire, so you literally take those out. They're like a tea bag. Pop it into the tank, you're done. I'll show you that in a second. Now to get the toilet out, there's a little blue switch underneath there, blue clip. You do that and it literally just slides out. Okay, and that can be taken away and disposed of. When you finish with it, we just slide it back into place and you'll hear a big click. And that's all done. Close the door and you're finished. Now it comes to time to empty your toilet cassette. So as before, we open with the door, 2 buttons in, pull the flap down, take your chemical box out, pop that somewhere safe, slide out the cassette. Now as before, the cassette has got blue parts on there which you need to pay attention to. This is the air inlet and the waste out. So to empty the toilet, either carry it, or if you prefer, you can wheel it to the disposal point. When you get there, you open the swan neck, undo the cap. Now, top tip here, put this cap very, very far away from where you need it to be. If that drops into the cesspit, you've lost it. There's no recovery for that one. So pop that somewhere safe. Take hold of the handle on the top, handle underneath there, thumb on that button that lets air in, and you literally tip, pour away like that. When you're finished, put some water down here. There'll be a hose pipe attached to the toilet there. It's not drinking water, so be careful of that one. Rinse it out, so put it on, cap on, give it a swish around 2 or 3 times. When you're finished, you take a fresh chemical sachet, we call them tea bags, put one down the neck of there, put the cap back on, fold it down again. That's now ready for reuse. You literally slide it back into here, close your door, and you're good to go. Okay, when it comes to filling up your fresh water tanks, it's really quite straightforward. You'll see on here there's a little flap that says water only. Now this is quite important, it says water. I'm going to try and zoom in for you. There you go. So it says water only, fresh water. It seems obvious to say that on there, to write it on big, but some of our other companies we work with have had people put diesel in there because it looks a bit like a diesel filler cap. Now the cost of that to replace the system is about £6,000 to £7,000. So we put those on there just to remind you, because if you put these in your water tank, it's going to get expensive. It ruins your holiday. No one needs that. I'm going to walk you through all the bits and pieces now, how they work, and that should be nice and straightforward. So, as we said, water is on here. So you've got a flat plate, you had electricity. We supply you with a food grade hose pipe. And what you do is lift the flap up, you see there's a blue cap inside. On there, literally just plug it in. Attach the other end to the tap on the campsite and it will fill itself up. When it gets too full, it will literally just leak out the side. So it won't flood the van, it just pours out the full so you know it's full. You want to take it off, pop the hose pipe off, put it back in the packet and you're done. If you can't use our hose pipe and the campsite's got one fitted, you can just undo that, pop it off and fill it as normal. And it's as easy as that really. So that's your water. Underneath here, step back a bit, you've got your wastewater outlet. So that's the tank inside that catches all the waste from the shower, from the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink. And to empty that, on the campsite there'll be a special place you park up over the grid. You literally pull out the handle all the water goes down the grid, your tanks are empty, and you're done. Those when you're finished. On this side here, we've got the boiler vent. This will get hot. So when your boiler's on, that's basically the chimney. So that's going to let a lot of hot air out. You mustn't cover that, so leave that unrestricted. Because inside the window here is a little switch as well. If the window's open, the boiler won't work. And that's because we don't want you gassing yourselves while you're having your cup of tea. So when you travel with Huey, if you want to take your bikes along, you can, all free of charge. The bike rack is on the back all the time. We just add the accessory securing arms if you need it. Very, very easy to use. I shall show you that now. If you want to use the bike rack, fold these out of the way, slide the bike rack down. That then sits your 4 bikes on each one of those rows. Put the bike wheels through, you sit the bikes on, put that through the wheels, tighten it down, and then you adjust the arms to clamp the top of the bike, and they're really secure then. When you want to put the thing away, you don't need it anymore, you just fold it up out of the way, fold the arms down, and that's it, you're good to go. Okay, so the only thing that's unusual about the cab is the handbrake is a bit weird, because it's down here. Now, a normal vehicle, of course, is in the middle. On here it's at the side, so you don't trip over it while you're walking through to the back. It also appears to be broken. It's not, it's a special handbrake for motorhomes. So to get the thing on, you literally pull it up the normal way. To take it off, you have to release it, push a button in, and then just roll it away. Back on again, then it falls away. It's there so you don't fall out the van and catch it on your trousers as you go out. So here we have the cab of your motorhome where you'll be spending your driving hours looking out at the beautiful roadside and the views. Nice and straightforward. It's just basically a Ford Transit, so nice and easy to use. 6-speed gearbox, manual gearbox on there. Radio with Bluetooth for your phone. Cruise control built into the steering wheel. You've got all your steering wheel controls, your volume and so on. But underneath here is a little cubby hole. So we'll press the button under the dash, lift up the flap, and in there is your sat nav. Huey comes complete with a reversing camera because some people are nervous about reversing such a big vehicle when you can't see behind you. Now, it's often best to have people out there helping you, so you've got your family sort of waving you on if you need to, but the camera is fantastic and it automatically operates when you go into reverse. So we'll pop it in reverse now. There's your camera and it shows you the image behind, and you can see the bike rack in the image there. Now there are red lines and green lines. They're there to help you position it. The red lines, basically, if you get into within there, you're going to hit something. That's where your bike rack is. The green lines are the safe zone to park in. So if you get your green lines up to where you want to park, you'll be about 3.5 feet away from the obstruction that's behind you. So when you knock it out in reverse, it just goes off. This is Huey's control centre. Now this looks a little bit complicated. I promise you it's not. It's very, very straightforward. Effectively you've got 2 control panels, 2 main things. This one here covers all your electrics. This one covers your heating and hot water. So do the electrics one first. To operate the vehicle you need to make sure you've turned it on. So press the on button, it will light up and tell you what's going on. So you've got a number of buttons down the side here. We've got battery condition for the vehicle. Press that, it tells you what's in the vehicle. Battery condition for the living space, you know where that's up to. And this one at the top here does your water tanks. So they're currently empty. Red is waste, blue is drinking water, and that just tells you what's in there so you know when to empty or fill them up. You've got internal temperature if you want to know it. You've got the lights, and you need to have that switch on if you want the lights to work, and the lights just come on as you need them. On the top there, we can ignore this one because it's for an outside light. Unfortunately, we don't have one of those. But on the top here is a picture of a tap. Now, you're going to need this when you want to run your water. And this operates the water pump for the taps, for the shower, for the toilet. When you turn it on, you'll hear a noise. I'll turn it off. That which means the pump is trying to work. What it does is it pulls water from the tank, primes all the taps. When it's up to pressure, that noise will go off and will only operate then when you turn a tap on. So that's your electrics, and eventually that will just sort of go dim when it's finished being pressed with. On this side is your heater controls. Now this one works off a central button, and to wake it up you press it in once and you get a choice of vehicle, water temperature, power source and fan speed. And again, to select each one you either dial it round, see them flashing. So if we choose the vehicle temperature, you press it to tell you what you want, and you literally tell you how hot you want the heating. You can either have it roasting hot or freezing cold or anywhere in between. For night time, if you have it set to about 12 degrees, it doesn't sound a lot, but this really is well insulated. It will warm up a treat and keep you lovely and comfy in bed. To select 12, you press that and it sets it at 12. To go into your water, you go to it flashes, you press the button and you literally say, I want it on. When you get to site, usually boost or hot is what you want. It'll heat up the water quicker and then knock it back to eco, and it'll just keep it ticking over nice and warm. And select. To select your power, the vehicle's powered by gas or electricity. So again, you press it, you've got gas on there, a mixture of both, gas and electricity, or it's got electric 1 and electric 2. Now that basically is because we've got an extra strong heater inside here for winterization use. So electric 1 is the normal heater, electric 2 just basically boosts it a bit quicker. So if you set it to either electric 1 or 2, either's fine, or gas, it will take the power from there to heat your water up. And to select the one you want, just select that. And to get the place warmed up a bit quicker, you just select your fan speed. And the fan will then blow out throughout the vehicle. There's vents everywhere, and blow warm or cold air throughout to keep you comfortable. The motorhome is fitted with a 12-volt TV, so this will work when you're on solar panels, on the leisure battery or on mains. It's the same as at home really, just a bit smaller. There's a built-in DVD player. You can play films using the USB stick or HDMI port if you bring along a machine with you, and literally you just power it up using the remote control supplied as usual. Now the TV will come on, but wherever you are it will probably say there's no signal because it needs to retune because you've moved around the place. So it'll come on, it'll look like that. It's not broken, don't worry, you'll get that signal. So you press the menu button, you then go down to auto tuning, OK, down to UK, OK, and then it will start to automatically tune the TV for you. And it'll take about 5 or 10 minutes depending where you are on the signal strength to pick up some TV. You won't always get TV wherever you are, but let's face it, you're out having an adventure, so don't worry about it. Enjoy the outdoors, but it's there in case of a rainy day. This is the dinette. This is where your 4 seat belts are for your passengers. So each seat is fitted with a 3-point seat belt, which means they can take a normal car seat, not Isofix unfortunately, but they'll take a normal child car seat. And this is where you will do your dining and game playing, etc. The table itself is adjustable in position, so you literally lift it up, slide it along, and then lock it into place, and it locks firm, and it will slide across wherever you need to be. To get 6 seats back for dining, if there are 6 of you, you can extend the seats. So I'm going to do one. Both are the same, but I'll show you how one works. So you literally pull the sides out, pull the back out, and there are cushion inserts which pop in. And there's your extended seat. Now I would suggest that's really for the smaller people in the party, so the kids are better on there because it's a little bit lightweight for adults to use. But there's also a table extension, and that just literally slots into place. There we go. So you can extend both seats by 1 seat, and then you've got 3 each side to eat 6 people comfortably. Now above the cab you've got your main double bed. That's accessed via a ladder which literally hooks onto the edge of the bed. Now that ladder usually we store on the bed while travelling just to make it easy for you to come inside. So all you do, on the top here are the hooks, you see, hook it up, pop it on the bed, and you're good to go. If you want to lift the bed up while you're travelling so you can get off the back easier, it will lift up on gas struts. And just put it down again. What we say is make sure the ladder goes that direction, because if it goes lengthways across the bed and you brake suddenly, the ladder shoots to the front and it's very hard to get back. Then bring it back down again, literally just slide it down, hook it on, and up you go. All the windows are fitted with secure catches so they're safe for travel, because you're going to be going along the road at a reasonable speed. You don't want the window to fly open. And you see on the window latch there is a little button. Now on the button itself, that locks the window handle in place, so that will not open. So you need to press the button, turn the handle, and that will then open the button. The button pops out so it's locked again. So you press the button, turn the handle round, and the window locks shut. Now each window is fitted with a little catch, you just see in there, which allows you to open the window and lock it halfway, so you can get a bit of fresh air in there while staying secure. Now on this window in particular, there's a little black box. This is the window of the dinette. You see what your dinette seat's there. That window is the gas safety switch, that little box there. So if this window is open, the boiler will not work. That's to stop the fumes from the boiler coming back into the cabin in the living space and causing you problems. So if you ever find that the boiler isn't lighting up and you've got no warm water, make sure this window is closed and that this switch then is working properly. Cooking in the van is nice and easy. It's just like the comforts of home, but a little bit smaller. Combined oven and grill built into the kitchen in the centre of the vehicle. That just drops down there. That's plenty big enough for a family meal. Easy controls. You've got your ignition switch on here. You've got your oven and your grill. And you literally just turn it whichever way you need it to go. So push and turn, and that will then sort out your gas cooker. To do things on the hob, we literally go across the top, and your hob is hidden underneath this glass panel. So there you go, 3 ring gas burners, and just like at home, you literally push those in, turn them on, and then light it with a lighter. There's no ignition on this, you'll need your lighter, and then knock it off when you're finished. When you're done, make sure all the gas is off, so all the little dots are at the top, and then close down the glass lid. That gives you a bit more working space to work with. Now the rest of the kitchen is fitted out with everything you need to cook with. So in these cupboards, you'll notice these are the lock buttons. Now to make these work, you press them in, they pop out, and then it will unlock. Everything's in there. It's all wrapped up for travel to make it less noisy. But you've got all your pots, pans, crockery and cutlery tucked away in the drawers there for you. And then, as I said before, just lock those, press it in to lock, and then the drawers will not open in travel. Otherwise you find you'll go around the corner and everything will fall out on the floor. In the cupboards underneath the cooker, you've got things like your caravan toaster and kettle. Just remember, if you want to use the electric ones, you need to be plugged into the mains. They will not work off 12 volts. So if you need that, you can toast bread under the grill, and you've got the gas kettle in there so you can use on the hob as well. If you go to the back, you've got a very large fridge freezer. So that's full height virtually of the van. So up on top, so you've got freezer compartments at the top, and then you've got your fridge underneath. And at the bottom, which is very, very useful, is a bottle fridge. So you can store all your bottles of water and beer and wine in there. Now to make the fridge work, you need to use the control panel at the top. Now we wake this one up, there's a power button there. So we press the power button. Everything lights up, and you'll see there you've got various different things it's asking for. So A stands for automatic, and it will constantly look for the most reliable power source. So it's got mains power, battery power, or gas. To make it work, we tap the grey button to wake things up, tap and hold, and it will flash. Then you just go, I want electric, I'd like battery, I'd like gas, or back to automatic. Automatic is best because when you're driving along, the battery will power the fridge. When you stop and plug in, it will click onto electricity. And you select it by pressing that. Then it asks you for a temperature, and again, it's the same thing again. Up or down the temperature using the arrow buttons. Usually when you get to a site, put it on full blast for an hour or so, then knock it down to about half. To accept it, press grey, and you just leave it be. Simple as that. At the rear of the vehicle you've got the twin bunks. Now these are really brilliant for the kids. Top one's accessed by a ladder, bottom one just climb into, and they've all got privacy curtains which you can just literally pull across. When you're travelling, this ladder does need to be taken off, so what we just do is we just unhook it and pop it onto the bed. The reason for that is it will bounce off in transit and end up clattering about the floor. I'll just give you a bit of a jump start on there. And underneath this bed at the top there is a bed guard, so just lift the mattress up and you've got a click-in bed guard. That's got straps on, which then click into little hooks just here on either side of the bed. There's the ones on that side there, and that then will keep the little ones secure in bed while they're sleeping soundly. Now on the other side of the vehicle away from the kitchen, you've got a door there to the bathroom. So we'll take you in there now and show you how that all goes. So inside the bathroom, there we go, hello. We've got a full-size shower in there, which is really nice to use. Obviously you need to have the boiler on for that one to work, but that just works as a normal shower. So just pull it to start it. Sink with all the storage cupboards underneath, all with the same lock that you've seen before around the vehicle. The only thing different is on some of these upper ones you've got a chrome handle. Now if you put your hands in the top, there's a little switch, a little thing there. Press that down and that unlocks the cupboards. And then when you lock it down again, it just clicks shut. There you go, unlocks tight. To the toilet, all nice and self-contained. One thing that's important here is that on the back you've got the flush button. That is electric flush and it draws water from your water tank that you filled up outside. So you don't need to worry about filling the toilet up. What you do need to worry about is how to use it. Now, unlike at home, this empties into a tank. So you need to be able to make sure that you can access that tank. So on the front, there is a little lever, a grey lever. You've got red for close, green for open. When you use the toilet, you need to have it open. So you just slide it across. And that will open up the toilet inside. So it opens up the hole there. We'll see if I can show you how that works. So there you go, little tiny valve opens and closes. So when you use the toilet, you open it up, you use it, you press the flush, and you close it back again. That stops the smells from coming back out of the tank and make sure the van stays nice and fragrant. To help with the fresh air in the van, there are two main Skylights living area. There's one over the kitchen, that's this one we're showing you here, and there is a large one over the living area. Now they work slightly differently. So if it goes to the kitchen one, you see there's a large button at the back there. To open it, you need to press the button in, pull the lever down, you'll see the lever goes through these guides. And it opens up the skylight. Now you can either open it all the way up, or you can lock it part way to let a bit of fresh air in. As you go, so that just keeps it locked, a little bit of fresh air, so there's a very small gap there. To close it down properly, you lock it and you push it up till the button pops out. Now it's very important you don't travel with that open. If you do, it can tear off with the wind going past the vehicle, you end up with a very, very leaky holiday. So if you leave that closed while you're travelling and open it when you get there, that'll give you some fresh air. Going to the front one, a little bit different. Let's move around here. That operates on a handle which is quite high up. What you see there's a little handle that folds up out of the way and it just turns. So you literally just wind that round and the roof opens up. So it gives you loads and loads of fresh air. When you're done with the handle, you just fold it and pop it back away again. So it's nice and neat. And to close it, basically it's the same as before. You just wind it the other way. And again, you must make sure that this isn't open while you're travelling. Another top tip is, when you go out for the day, make sure it's closed, because if you go out for the day and the weather is like it is today and it rains, you're going to get a wet van. In the rear garage, you'll see that the actual garage is split by one of the bunk beds. Now that bunk bed can be removed, but it falls up out of the way. So So if we go into this side, you'll see there's a little clip up there. On the bed there's a corresponding strap. And all you do is you pick up the bed and use the strap to click it back into place. That then gives you an enormous access to the garage. One tip is that on the mattress there are little tiny mattresses that fold out of the way. So just take those out of the way first, and the bed will fold up a little bit more neatly. So just pop those out and it'll fold about the way. So if you want to, you can just leave it as 3 beds in there with 1 bunk bed, fold it out of the way, and you've got an enormous garage. Handy to put the pets' crates in if you're taking dogs away with you. Right, this may sound silly, but how to use a door handle. Okay, it's nice and straightforward. 2 sets of, well, 1 key, same keys we use for the lockers in there. To open it, you just turn and return to the middle, and that will then open. Push it to lock it again, you just turn it till it clicks, pull it back out again, and that's then locked. So we'll open it, and I'll show you that from the inside. So we'll open it, back to the middle, key out. If we go inside, you can see then the other side of the handle has got a little tab on there. And when you're in the vehicle, green means it's open, red means it's locked. So if you want to lock yourself in nice and easy at night time, just flip the switch. Okay, to convert the central dinette into a bed, you need to do a little bit of moving about with a few things. I'm going to show you how to do that. The first thing you need to do is pick up the seat cushion, just prop it up out of the way, okay? Do that on both sides. You need to use the table to make the base of the bed. So on the table, you unhook it, and it will get hooked onto the bottom. There's a little silver rail there at the bottom. It hooks onto there. So we need to break this leg into half. So there's a button at the side, press the leg, lock it down, and then the table becomes part of the bed. Put your seat cushions back in. And then you take one of the seat backs, pop it in the middle, wedge it down, and there is a small double for you to use as a bed. And to put it back again is the same thing. Take the central piece out, pop that back against the seat backs, lift your cushions up, so you've got your table exposed there in the centre. Pick your table up, lift it onto the top, press the button into the leg again, the leg will fold out, and just pop your seats back into place. And you're back as your dinette again, ready to eat or to travel. Well, that's the end of your handover. Hopefully everything's been quite clear. But if anything you missed or you weren't sure about, you can always watch again, or you can give us a ring while you're away. The numbers are all in the van. You've also got a handover manual as well to help you with all the tricky bits. Well, let's say anything you need, give me a call. I'll do my best to help. Enjoy your holiday.